a historic agreement to reform the global tax system.
The OECD says a group of 136 countries has agreed to enforce a corporate tax rate.
And the agreement is at least 15%.
It was a deal years in the making, a global minimum tax to try to stop a race to the bottom that's now fallen apart.
What is clear is that countries have caved. They have just not sustained their minimum tax in front of the threats, and the US is getting a competitive advantage.
At the G7 summit, world leaders agreed to exempt US companies from the rules. In exchange, the Trump administration dropped a so-called revenge tax from a major spending bill.
The difficulty is that the US, under President Trump, said, fine, we have our own system, so don't touch us. But the new system is unfair, discriminatory against non-US companies.
It means Australia will no longer be able to apply a top-up tax on US-based multinationals operating locally if they pay a rate of less than 15%. The global minimum tax was supposed to increase Australia's tax receipts by $370 million over 5 years. The federal government said implementing it would be beneficial for our economy and reduce the influence that taxation has on foreign investment decisions.
Yeah, so I've got plenty of those in stock.
Australian startups like Maria Baker's Nobody's Princess are now questioning the value of keeping their business local.
Do I actually have to go to the US and set up my business and be a US-based business? I'd rather not do that because I think there's this really big beauty about being an Australian business and, you know, putting an Australian brand on the stage.
We've been building the cyberpage, right?
The co-founder of tech startup Upcover says there needs to be a level playing field.
We play by the rules. We pay our fair share and we expect others to do as well.
US multinationals and their lobby groups declined to comment, but tax experts fear that the G7 tax backflip could send a bad signal and could give the green light to US multinationals to keep shifting profits to places where they pay less tax.
This basically sends a clear signal to the likes of US big pharma companies, US big tech, that it's okay, that Trump's got their back.
Experts say Australia now needs to work within the new UN Tax Convention, which is intended to address issues like tax avoidance and evasion.
To make sure that multinationals don't continue to steal the funding that we need to fund our healthcare, our hospitals, our public schools, education.
It'll be effectively a treaty to set up tax rules. It will work on a 2/3 majority for substantive matters, so it won't be possible for certain individual countries to derail or block it. Their first thing they're looking at will be taxes on cross-border services, so that will potentially capture these tech companies.
A new arena for the fight to collect more revenue from digital services companies.